Hi everyone, welcome back to English Lab. I'm Leo, your host. Today we're diving into a topic that affects all of us, whether we realize it or not. Minimalism versus consumerism. We live in a world where we're constantly told to buy more, upgrade, consume. But at the same time, more and more people are asking, do we really need all this stuff? To explore this with me, I have Anastasiia back. She's thought a lot about this topic, and she's going to ask me some really good questions today about what minimalism means, why consumerism is so tempting, and how we can find balance. This is the first episode of our B2 podcast series. At this level, we're using more complex vocabulary and structures, so push yourself, listen carefully, and really try to understand the nuances of what we're discussing. And remember, there's a free study guide PDF in the description with all the vocabulary, phrases, comprehension questions, and writing activities about minimalism and consumerism. Are you ready? Let's go!
So, Leo, how would you describe your relationship with possessions? Are you more minimalist or more consumerist?
I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle, but I've definitely shifted toward minimalism over the years. When I was younger, I was much more consumerist without even realizing it.
What changed?
A few things. I lived in a small apartment and realized that every object required mental energy. You have to organize it, clean it, think about it. And most of those objects weren't adding anything to my life.
So it was practical?
Partly. But also, I noticed that buying things never gave me the satisfaction that advertisements promised. I'd buy something, feel excited for a day, and then it just became another object on a shelf.
Do you think that's how most people experience consumerism?
Yes, there's a gap between the promise and the reality. Marketing tells you, this will make you happy, this will complete you. But then you buy it and you're still you.
So when does consumption stop being about real needs?
When we stop asking, do I need this? And start asking, do I want this? Wanting is infinite, but needs are finite.
Can you give an example?
Sure, I need clothes. Maybe 20 or 30 pieces I actually wear. But I could want 100 pieces. Latest trends, expensive brands, different options for every mood. That's when it becomes consumerism.
So minimalism is about being intentional.
Exactly. It's not about deprivation. It's about asking, what do I actually need? What brings me real joy? What am I keeping just out of habit?
I'm curious about the emotional side. Do you think people use shopping to deal with emotions?
Absolutely. Shopping can be self-soothing. When you're bored, anxious, or sad, shopping gives you a dopamine hit. You feel like you're treating yourself, but it's temporary.
What would you recommend instead?
Find other ways to deal with difficult emotions. Exercise, talking to friends, creative projects. These actually solve the problem instead of masking it. But I also ask myself before buying, do I need this? Will I want it tomorrow? Can I afford it without stress? Let's pause here for a moment. We're talking about something really important. How the way we consume and the things we own actually reflect our values and shape our mental and financial well-being. If you're enjoying this conversation and you want to improve your English through deeper, more meaningful discussions like this, there's a free study guide PDF in the video description. This guide includes B2 level vocabulary about minimalism and consumerism, useful expressions for talking about possessions and values, comprehension questions, and writing prompts that will help you reflect on your own relationship with things. Download it now and practice everything we're covering in this episode. You'll find vocabulary like consumerism, intentional, declutter, impulse buying, and more, all with definitions and examples. And if you want more conversations like this, real, meaningful, where we explore topics that actually matter, make sure you're subscribed to English Lab. We're building a community of English learners who want to go beyond textbooks and really understand the world through the English language. Now, let's go back to Anastasiia and hear more about minimalism, the dangers of consumerism, and practical ways to start living more intentionally.
Let me ask something important. Is minimalism only for wealthy people?
That's a fair critique. Yes, Instagram minimalism is often a privilege. But true minimalism is about using your resources wisely. Whether you have a lot or very little money, you still have limited resources.
So minimalism could actually help people with less money?
Absolutely. It teaches you not to waste resources on things that don't serve you. It teaches you to value quality over quantity. These skills help anyone, regardless of income.
What about people with families and kids? They might say they can't minimize.
I'd argue minimalism becomes even more important with a family. You have limited time, limited space, limited energy. A parent might keep fewer toys but higher quality ones. Fewer clothes but ones they actually wear. A smaller but more organized home.
So it's not about having nothing, it's about having what matters.
Exactly.
Let me ask directly, how do you know the difference between a conscious purchase and just autopilot consumption?
It depends on how you feel after. If you're happy about it a week later, it was probably conscious. If you forgot about it or regret it, it was probably autopilot.
And what about social media? Does that make minimalism harder?
For most people, yes. Social media is designed to make you feel like you're not enough. You scroll and see beautiful homes, beautiful clothes, and you think you need that. Minimalism says, I don't need to perform my life on social media. My worth isn't determined by my possessions.
So minimalism is also a statement against social media culture.
It can be, yes. It's saying, my worth is not determined by likes or possessions.
For someone starting out, where would you recommend they begin?
Start small. One drawer, one shelf. Remove things you don't use, don't love, or don't need. Notice how that feels. Often, when you create a small space of clarity, you want more of that.
And then gradually expand.
Yes. Then your closet, your living room. And as you do this, you understand your own patterns better.
Do you think minimalism will become mainstream?
I think it already is, to some extent. But I also think there will always be tension between minimalism and consumerism, because they're about different values. The key is consciousness, whether you choose intentionally or just follow what society tells you. And that's the end of our first B2 podcast episode. We talked about minimalism versus consumerism, and we explored some deep questions. What do we really need? What brings us real joy? How does the way we consume affect our finances, our mental health, and our values? One thing I want to emphasize. This wasn't an episode telling you to get rid of everything. It was an episode about consciousness. It's about asking yourself real questions before you buy, before you keep, before you accumulate. Leo is talking about the relationship between minimalism and your mental space, your financial stress, and even your sense of self-worth. These are topics worth thinking about. If you want to practice the vocabulary and phrases from this conversation, there's a free study guide PDF in the description. Download it and do all the exercises. The guide includes vocabulary like consumerism, intentional, declutter, impulse buying, and more. It also has comprehension questions and writing prompts to help you reflect on your own relationship with possessions. Subscribe to English Lab if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and comment below. How would you describe your relationship with possessions? Are you more minimalist or consumerist? Or are you somewhere in between? Tell us about a time when you consciously chose to own less or to be more intentional with your purchases. We'd love to hear your stories. Share this podcast with someone who's interested in minimalism, minimalist living, or just thinking more carefully about their relationship with things and money. They'll definitely connect with this conversation. Thanks for joining us on this first episode of our B2 podcast series. You've engaged with some complex vocabulary and some real ideas. That's great work. Next week, we're talking about success and failure, another topic that affects all of us. Take care, and I'll see you in the next English Lab podcast.